All right, the Islanders take on the Hurricanes, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop on Friday, April 8th, 2022. Carolina's minus 175, totals 5.5. And following Wednesday's sports wagering action, we're 5-2 in our last 7 board member tier package bets on brockpage.com. And that's good for 71% during that span. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that we are using as my board member tier package bet here today, the link for that play is in the description section below. $1,000 bettors are up $2,500 during that stretch of bets. Now, if you want to know what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my webpage, I'll explain a little bit more about it at the end of the video. But when it comes to this Isles-Canes game, it's Freddie Andersen who's the expected goaltender for Carolina, Ilya Sorokin for the Isles. And even though Sorokin's put up some really good numbers this season, the Isles have been quite lackluster on the road this season. They've gotten the W in just 14 out of 34 road games, and they're actually in the bottom 3 in road scoring. Now they're taking on a Carolina team who's 25-6-4 at home themselves. And they're currently leading the league in fewest goals allowed per game. Now defenseman Tony DeAngelo, he's a plus 27 when he's on a shift. Meanwhile, netminder Freddie Andersen, he has 33 wins through 45 starts, along with a 207 goals against average and a 926 save percentage. And if that ain't enough, the Canes are also leading the league in fewest shots on goal allowed per contest. Now, injury-wise, Koka Niemi is still out for the Canes. Meanwhile, for New York on the other side of things, Mayfield is still out for them. When it comes to the total in this one, the Isles saw unders recently with the likes of Dallas, the Rangers, and Tampa Bay. Meanwhile, Carolina saw 4 out of their last 6 road games fall under the number themselves. 63% to the under in all of their contests at the PNC Arena. I'm going to lean toward Carolina minus 175 and the under 5.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Bruins versus the Lightning, 7 o'clock East. Tampa Bay is the $1.50 favorite, total 6 goals. Andrei Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay. Linus Ullmark for Boston. Now, Ullmark's 22-9 on the season with a 263 goals against average, 911 save percentage. Now, the Bruins have won 7 out of their last 9. They're leading the NHL in fewest road goals allowed per contest. When it comes to defensive play in this one, defenseman Matt Grelchek is a plus 21 when he's on a shift. Now, scoring-wise, it's Brad Marchand, who's tied for the club lead with 71 total points, and that's mostly thanks to 31 big goals on the year. Now, no real surprise here. The Bruins are averaging 36 shots on goal a game when they travel. They're taking on a Tampa Bay team who lost their last 3 straight. They average only 29 shots on goal a game offensively at the Amalie Arena. Now, when it comes to cashing in on the puck line, the Lightning cashed in on the puck line in only 39% of their home games. Now, injury-wise, McDonough is still out for the Lightning. Meanwhile, for Boston on the other side of things, Lindholm, Pasternak, and Frederick are all questionable for them. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Boston's last 5 road games fell under the posted number. They're also 60% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Tampa Bay. Meanwhile, the Lightning saw unders recently against the Islanders, Detroit, and this very Boston team. I'm going to lean toward Boston plus 1.5, keeping this one close, and the under 6 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Sabres versus the Panthers, 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Florida's the $4 favorite, total 7 goals. Sergei Bobrovsky for Florida, Dustin Tokarski for Buffalo. Now, Tokarski has won just 7 out of 17 starts this season, and he also has a .324 goals against average. And aside from being in the second of a back-to-back here Friday, the Sabres are allowing 35 shots on goal a game on the road this year. and they're also in the bottom 10 in road scoring. They're taking on a Florida team who won their last 5 straight, and they lost only 3 games since February 26. When it comes to offensive production in this one, the Panthers are currently leading the NHL in home scoring, and they're also averaging a staggering 40 shots on goal a game in front of their home fans. Jonathan Huberdeau, he's first in the NHL in assists with 76 of them. He's also second in the league in points with 102. Meanwhile, Alex Barkov leads the organization in goals with 34 on the year, along with 42 assists. When it comes to defensive play in this one, the Panthers are also in the top 10 in fewest shots on goal allowed. Now, injury-wise, ACR is questionable. Ekblad's still out. Meanwhile, for Buffalo on the other side, Miller's been downgraded to doubtful. Now, when it comes to the total in this one, Buffalo went 70% to the over in their last 10 outings. They also saw 5 out of their last 8 meetings with Florida get over the line. Meanwhile, the Panthers are 26-9 to the over at the Florida Live Arena. And that's good for over 74% in that category. I'm going to lean toward Florida minus 1.5 in the over 7 goals. Next contest, it is going to be Avalanche versus the Jets, 8 o'clock East. Colorado's minus 200, total 6. Darcy Kemper for the Avs, Connor Hellebuyck for Winnipeg. And even though the Jets have struggled in many different areas this year, Connor Hellebuyck still gotten the W in 50% of his starts. He also has a .291 goals against average. Connor's also got himself a save percentage of .912, as the Jets are currently in the top 10 in the league in fewest second period goals allowed. They're taking on a Colorado team who's got a losing record against the puck line on the road. They allow nearly 34 shots on goal when they travel. Matter of fact, Colorado's actually in the bottom 10 in defensive shots on goal away from home this year. When it comes to the injury report, Kadri, Landeskog, and Girard are still out. Meanwhile, for Winnipeg on the other side, Harkins is still questionable with a concussion. Now, total-wise, Winnipeg saw 5 out of their last 7 home games fall under the posted number. Meanwhile, Colorado on the other side is 70% to the under in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward Winnipeg plus 1.5. And the under 6 goals. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Wild versus the Blues, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Both teams are minus $1.10, total 6 goals. Cam Talbot for Minnesota, Ville Husso for St. Louis. Now, Husso is 21-6 with a .236 goals against average and a .924 save percentage. And when it comes to defensive play in this one, the Blues are actually in the top 10 in fewest second period goals allowed. Now, offensively, on the other end of the ice, the Blues are in the top 3 in scoring. They're led by Vlad Tarasenko, who scored 25 times and has 61 total points. Meanwhile, Jordan Kyrou is leading the club in points with 63 of them. Now, they're taking on a Minnesota team who allows 33 shots on goal a game on the road, and they actually give up a lot of goals in the third period. Matter of fact, Minnesota's in the bottom 10 in the NHL in third period goals allowed away from home. When it comes to the injury report, Merrill's out, Dumba and Boldy are questionable. Meanwhile, for St. Louis, Bozak and Krug are still out for them. Now, total-wise, St. Louis is 7-3 to the over in their last 10 outings. They also went 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Wild saw overs recently with the likes of Nashville, Washington, and Pittsburgh. I'm going to lean towards St. Louis minus $1.10 in the over 6 goals. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on my website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content every single day all the way through the end of April. I always tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet that I give out on that website, you're going to want to sign up for my all-inclusive board member package. Now, not only do board members get access to the board member tier bet itself, they actually get access to every single package that I offer on that website every single day, all the way through the end of April. Once again, the board member is an all-inclusive package. Now, guys, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on BrockPage.com is I actually share with you which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday or Friday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.